Imagine losing the love of your life. Not to an affair, but to a single interview seen by millions. One question, one quote, and the marriage was over. For a select group of celebrities, a public interview became the final nail in the coffin of their marriages. We're counting down 10 marriages destroyed by one catastrophic interview. And trust me, you will not believe who is at number 1. Think about the most awkward public conversation you've ever witnessed. Now imagine it being the reason your entire life implodes. Before we dive in, comment below with a time a simple conversation had huge consequences for you. Number 10, Nick Lachey and Jessica Simpson. What happens when your marriage becomes a reality show and everyone else gets a front row seat? For Nick and Jessica, their MTV series Newlyweds turned their love into public property. Viewers laughed at Jessica's chicken of the sea confusion.
Is this chicken what I have, or is this fish? I know it's tuna, but it says chicken by the sea. Is that stupid?
But behind the scenes, the show exposed deep incompatibilities. Nick played the exasperated husband, Jessica, the oblivious princess. They became characters they couldn't stop playing, even when the cameras were off. Too much exposure can kill intimacy. Constant judgment became a wedge they couldn't remove. A relationship can survive distance, but not when millions are watching you fall apart in real time. Number 9, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. Can one carefully chosen sentence end years of legal negotiation and emotional diplomacy? For Brad and Angelina, it did. In Vogue, no less. In a 2021 interview, Angelina framed her divorce not as a breakup, but a rescue mission. She said leaving Brad was for the well-being of my family. Subtle, but surgical. She didn't name him, but the message was nuclear. The kids needed healing from him. That single sentence shattered any hope of quiet resolution. It redefined Brad, not just as an ex, but as a threat. A well-aimed quote can do more damage than a shouting match ever could. Number 8, Kevin Federline and Britney Spears.
I couldn't get this guy out of my head that I'd met.
Sometimes the most brutal betrayals come after the divorce is finalized. In 2022, Kevin Federline went on 60 Minutes Australia and reopened old wounds in the most public way possible. Instead of protecting Britney, the mother of his kids, he threw her under the global spotlight. Again, he shared private videos of her arguing with their sons and revealed they no longer wanted to see her.
Come in here when we're trying to go to bed, and then you just go and you say,
"It's my house." You all better start respecting me. Are we clear?
Yeah.
It wasn't just messy, it was strategic. Public shaming disguised as concern is still shaming, and it cuts deeper when family's involved. When co-parenting becomes performance, trust is the first casualty. Number 7, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. Nicole knows why. With just 3 words, Tom Cruise flipped their breakup into a mystery and made her the villain without proof. In his 2001 Vanity Fair interview, given months after blindsiding Nicole with divorce papers, Tom offered no details, just that chilling hint. Public speculation exploded. Infidelity, betrayal, abuse. The silence spoke louder than any accusation. Mystery breeds myths, and in Hollywood, myths rewrite legacies. A vague insult can haunt longer than an honest confession. Number 6, Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore.
Yeah, it's kind of a natural thing to pull back when somebody's, clinging too tight.
Imagine revealing your darkest marital moments on morning television. That's exactly what Demi Moore did in 2019 while promoting her memoir, Inside Out. On Good Morning America, she exposed painful truths. Ashton allegedly pushed for threesomes, cheated, and distanced himself after she miscarried. She admitted, "I wanted to show him how great and fun I could be," exposing the heartbreaking power imbalance she endured. Memoirs don't always heal. Sometimes they rip off old scars in front of the world. Oversharing isn't catharsis when the other person never consented to the spotlight.
Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to Union Stories so
you don't miss any Hollywood update.
Number 5, Heather Mills and Paul McCartney. Some interviews aren't just revealing, they rewrite history. In 2007, Heather Mills went public, telling New York Magazine that her breakdown with Paul McCartney centered around his daughter Stella, whom she branded jealous and evil. She didn't stop there. In leaked statements, she accused Sir Paul of pushing her into a bathtub while she was pregnant and even using a broken wine glass against her. That interview didn't just stir scandal, it exposed a toxic family feud on a global stage. When personal trauma becomes public narrative, reputations crumble. Empathy is fragile. Interviews can shatter it. Number 4, Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag.
Did you truly have 10 different things done in one day?
Yeah, originally I was elbowed by a backup dancer.
What if your husband laughed at your pain? On national television. That's what happened after Heidi Montag's emotional fight with her mom was broadcast on the Hills. Post-episode, Spencer Pratt was interviewed in the after show. Instead of defending Heidi, who had just undergone 10 surgeries in one day, he smiled and said, "That's the best television I've ever seen. Not she's hurting, not I support her. Just good TV." When your trauma becomes someone else's brand, the damage isn't just emotional, it's existential. Empathy can't survive when the cameras are always rolling. Number 3, Prince Charles and Princess Diana. There were 3 of us in this marriage. With that line, Princess Diana ended any illusion of royal peace. In 1995, she gave a secret interview to the BBC's Panorama. She spoke of bulimia, abandonment, and Prince Charles's affair with Camilla. That one quote echoed across the globe and into Buckingham Palace. Within weeks, the Queen advised them to divorce. Some interviews don't just expose a marriage, they execute it. Honesty when televised can become a political earthquake. Number 2, Burt Reynolds and Loni Anderson. TV wasn't ready for what Burt Reynolds did in 1994. In the middle of his bitter divorce from Loni Anderson, he went on Good Morning America and lit the match. He called her unfaithful, accused her of being a terrible mother, and even challenged her to a lie detector test on air. It wasn't just undignified, it was a meltdown in real time. When rage replaces reason, interviews become grenades. That broadcast didn't just destroy the marriage, it cursed the next 20 years of legal war. Number 1, Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie. Some marriages don't end in shouting matches, they end in silence that cuts deeper. In 2002, just after adopting their son Maddox, Billy Bob Thornton gave an interview to Us Weekly. When asked about life as a new father, his response was baffling. He said he was staying home to watch baseball and write music. No mention of Angelina, no word about their new child. He spoke like a man living alone, not someone who just started a family. Angelina, away filming at the time, read the interview and was devastated. It wasn't cruelty, it was indifference, and that hurt more. One interview, no emotion, no ownership. The marriage ended overnight. One interview, that's all it takes. Whether it's a single sentence, a revealing pause, or just the wrong question at the wrong time, words on the record can unravel even the strongest-looking love stories. Some relationships die in silence, others die in syndication. If you found this fascinating, don't go anywhere. Our next video reveals 10 shocking celebrity breakups that will leave you speechless. You won't believe the real reasons behind these splits.